I've been pretty honest and open with the fact that I haven't felt like myself in a good long while. Having the seasonal saddies really hasn't helped. I've been feeling like I'm falling further down a hole, away from myself, with occasional glances, but no way to get back. I stopped doing a lot and gave up on a lot of my passions, including reading and writing. My anxieties have grown, and everything just feels a little too big, a little too important. I feel like I can't do anything. Being self-aware is kind of weird like that. It's painful and imprisoning. I've been working on it, and slowly my passions are interesting again. I want to try to jumpstart that. To feel closer to me again, to relax without the guilt. So I rented a cabin alone in the middle of the woods to do just that. Time to read, hike, and repeat. Welcome to the vlog. A reading vlog, really, essentially. But I've rented this cabin basically for 2 full days in the middle of the woods. Try to relax, to just read, to do some hiking, and that's pretty much it. To feel like me again, I want to feel recharged to some degree. I know 2 days is not going to fix me, but I feel like this is just going to be good. It's giving me something to look forward to, and I think it's just gonna be nice to just do nothing. It's a beautiful cabin that I'm staying in. Everything is from like reclaimed wood and old antique things and things that were used in like old businesses that were getting thrown away. So everything in here has been reused, reduced, and recycled, which is amazing. It's gorgeous. The ceilings are so high. There's a few other cabins in this area that are also super adorable. I'm like losing my mind. But I figure we'll do more exploring tomorrow in the morning. And right now, I've already unpacked everything, but I kind of just want to get settled in, finish my Baja Blast. It's not the happiest day on earth for me without a Baja Blast. This is like one of my top 5 favorite things in the whole entire world. Just saying. Let's talk about my TBR that I brought with me that I'm hoping to finish basically in 48 hours. So it's kind of like a 48-hour reading vlog, right? The Adventure Zone, which is a graphic novel. And I do believe that this is like D&D based, which is great because now I actually play D&D and know what D&D is all about. Another graphic novel that I brought is The Moth Keeper, because this was one of my most anticipated releases of the year. And it's just beautiful, lovely, amazing. Mandy. This is a childhood favorite of mine, and it's very cottagecore-esque. So I'm hoping to give this a reread and just like get in touch with my inner child again. We are here to read is Godkiller. This is it. I'm gonna annotate this. I'm gonna have the time of my life. I already know it, and I'm so excited to read Godkiller with these abdominal vibes. I'm definitely just taking my time and enjoying this book. I'm only 27 pages in. I am loving the writing style of this so far. The first chapter from like 15 years previously, so good. Such a good setup. You learn everything about the character's backstory that you need to know right then and there to know the motives going forward. Did all of that in a very interesting way within like 5 pages. I'm excited to keep going on. I have been tabbing, highlighting, annotating, not too much just yet, just because we are just getting into it, but I have a feeling I'm gonna get a little bit more comfortable with annotating it and just really go off like this. I love nature. I especially love being witness to nature. It feels like there's magic in it. In the moss that covers all, the boulders held up by sheer will, the waterfalls that bend and break the earth as they please. It is relentless. It is forgiving. I think I love fantasy so much because so many fantasy books play into nature. They take that magic and they amp it up. They make it more seen. They also tend to build worlds around nature instead of over it. Shrines of stone, art carved into trees as gates, woven vines as bridges to more adventures. They don't try to replace nature. They lean into its power and its flexibility. Am I saying all this because Godkiller was amazing? Maybe, but I think it came at the perfect time in the perfect space. I could slowly savor it while feeling the same cold breezes it talked about. I wasn't interrupted by honking or alarms or people. I could step outside and pretend I was on that journey. Because I am. Not to save a king, but to save a little bit of me. So I think this book came just at like the perfect time for me. Just when I really needed it. Maybe when you hear me rave about how amazing it is, maybe it's a little biased because it was at such a perfect moment. But it really just took everything that I love and it just put it all into one package, and I just have to thank it for that. Good morning. I did not get very far through Godkiller last night, yesterday, whatever. Just taking my time with it. I think I'm about 80 pages in. I'm loving it. It's brilliant so far. I feel like I have to be quiet. No one else is here with me but Frankie. It snowed last night. That was unexpected, which was like my fear, but I'm glad it's just a little bit. The only thing is, I was hoping to do the trails this morning, but because it has snowed, that means that the trails are covered, and at this time of year, they're not really marked well. So I don't trust that we won't get lost. And also, it's very slick. So here, there's so many trees that there's like a layer of leaves. And I learned this morning when we went out that you can't always tell how thick those leaves are, and you might go slipping and sliding down the hill. I think I'm going to start a little bit of Mothkeeper, and just hang out, relax a little bit, see if some of the snow will melt. If not, Frankie and I will just walk up and down the street a bunch of times. Girlfriend is on high alert, so she is making sure that we are well guarded here today. Let's go have a good rest of our morning. Just finished The Mothkeeper, and this was so heckin' cute, which I knew it was gonna be. Town that basically has to live at night in the desert because they live around this flower that can only be like pollinated by these moths that come out at night. So their whole livelihood revolves around night. We follow a character who becomes the Mothkeeper, who is also kind of afraid of the dark. And the Mothkeeper has a job kind of all on their own, whereas the rest of the town works together. She's scared, she doesn't think she's good enough, and she really wants to see and feel the warmth of the sun. But the problem is that could cost her whole village, because there's only one person to be the Mothkeeper. So it could cost them everything. Oh, incredibly beautiful. I just can't get over how gorgeous. I really love the moths. All different for the chapter headers. All the moths are different. Such a cute little thing to include that all the moths would be different for the chapter headers. Now I can go back to Godkiller and hopefully finish Godkiller because we have the rest of the day to do what we want. I'm glad this has like slowly dropped as I was talking. Oh, I should also mention that I did listen to Breath of the Wild music, ambience, while I read The Mothkeeper because there's an ocarina in it, and I was like, oh, perfect opportunity. This is my favorite. This is my favorite. It's just my favorite. Just trees and woods and earthy smells. Trees and trees and trees. It's beautiful. Where are the fairies to take me away? I left them an offering. It's a fingernail. That was my accident. But like, it's a really pretty fingernail. We get cabin lighting. That's what we get. It's 8 o'clock at night. Have I finished the book? No. I am on the last, like, less than 100 pages. I am so in love with this book. There have been moments that have made me laugh out loud. There have been moments that I have, like, been on the verge of tears. I feel like the end of this might make me cry. I don't know yet. The writing is fantastic. I feel like I keep getting caught off guard with just, like, little brilliant snippets of text or story. I love these characters. I'm in love with these characters. I feel so inspired by this book. I am just so in love with it. That's not the wine time. I haven't had that much wine, and we just went on a long walk. I wish I would have taken my camera or my phone. I forgot everything, which is, you know, kind of the point of, like, unplugging and like just being in the moment. But Frankie and I watched the sunset over the lake. Well, I watched Frankie was doing whatever Frankie does and sniffing the ground and scratching things and whatnot. But it was really lovely. We are leaving in the morning and I need to clean up. You are the best thing. You're the best thing, lady. You are the best thing. Do you want to see a little? I feel like I need like a tiny microphone. Do you want to see a bookshelf tour while I'm here? Because I am interested in the books that have been chosen to be left here. S.M. Stirling, Dies the Fire, a novel of the change. This is a big honking book to like leave for like an overnight cabin. I feel like it's only cracked like 100 pages in, if that. Let's find out. 142. Someone gave up at 142, so good for them. Beach House Reunion. This was really popular. I feel like someone definitely brought this with them. Was like, this was fine. Anita Harbor. No, Good Harbor. Anita. Anyway. I kind of like this simplistic cover. Oh, the Consumer Report from 2008. Yup. Now, these two are so surprising to me. Someone definitely brought these with them and left them here. The Honeymooners and The Proposal. Okay, well, I love The Honeymooners, so that's really cute. I'm glad someone brought these and left them here for other people to enjoy. Partnering with Nature. Probably not anything I'm going to read. Oh, word. I didn't know there was a word puzzle thing in here. We could have done some word search. Oh. A Handmade Life. This could be kind of fun. Oh, like literally making everything, like your tools, your food. Fun. Earth Oven. Build your own earth oven. Okay. And Earth Sheltered Solar Greenhouse book. Oh, I feel like I should have looked at that while I was here, but now we're checking out. And it's fine. Because I want a greenhouse. I don't have anywhere for a greenhouse, but it doesn't change the fact that I still want one. Am I going to leave this cabin relaxed? No, but I knew I wouldn't. I am, however, feeling invigorated. I felt inspired to create and dream without doubt. Immediately, stories were coming to me. Ideas flooded in, and it felt good to be creative again. God Killer just felt too inspiring. Can I just say? It was just so amazing in every way that it could have been. It had just kick-ass characters. It had found family. It has disability rep. It seems to be done really well in a fantasy world without taking it and trying to make anyone other than what they were. So many people who, even in the face of fear, are willing to step up and do what they feel is right for them. It really was just the perfect book that I could have asked for in this weekend. And I will be raving about it for the rest of the year. Just want to let you all know that this is one of my new favorite books, and you will hear me talking and talking and talking and talking and talking about it. Just saying. This is warning you now. This is the beginning. That's it. There still feels like there's so much left to explore in this world, and I cannot wait for the rest of the series to come out. It is perfect in descriptions, but it's also fast-paced, and I feel like I could picture everything just so vividly, and also just keep up with everything that was happening. I feel like I haven't seen very many multiple point of view books do it as well as this one. and it just blew me away.